104.3 MYfm. It is Valentine in the morning. Welcome to the mic, Spencer Sutherland.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Thank you very much for having me.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, and how did you end up in LA?
I came out here and slept on a bunch of couches for a bunch of years until stuff started going correctly. And Los Angeles is like where you come. You know, it's like if you want to be a singer or an actor or entertainment, like you come here. So, yeah.
Has this been the dream since like you were a little kid to be a singer, be a performer?
Yeah. Which is really cool and crazy because, you know, in second grade when you make those like, when I grow up, I want to be a, mine was literally I want to be a singer.
Okay.
And I remember I like drew myself and I put myself in like Brian from the Backstreet Boys outfit because that's who I loved.
Right.
And it just came to fruition. I just kept going and was delusional. And it worked.
It's funny, by the way, you're meeting this guy probably for the first time, unless you're on TikTok, right? Spencer Sutherland. And his music is really, really good. And people do say you're from the wrong generation, though, in certain respects.
I am.
When do you think you should have been born?
I think, well, I don't know when I should have been born, but I wish I was making music in the 50s, 60s, 70s, mostly 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a big, like, Freddie Mercury fan?
Love.
Yeah.
He's on my Mount Rushmore of, like, favorite.
Who's up there? Billy Joel, Elton John, Freddie?
It's Freddie, Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Elton. And it's a tie between the Temptations and Prince.
Okay.
God. And little Marvin Gaye is peeking around the corner, too. He's saying, you know.
There's a song, I'm going to play the background here. There's a song of yours. It's called Modern Heartbreak. And to me, when I listen to it, you talk about how Elton John and Billy Joel got together to write a song. There is like a little bit of a scene from an Italian restaurant into Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatter's. Dude. That's the vibe I totally get.
I mean, that's, yeah, like I just try, I use my inspirations and just make my favorite kind of music. And there was like a Bruno Mars interview where they're talking to him. They're like, what do you say? People are just saying you're making like James Brown type music. And he's like, I am. That's like, I love that. Like, of course I'm making what I love.
So you've been out in LA like 9 years, you were telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. So now the song that we're playing that we're going to talk about is called Drama. And the new album, The Drama, dropped October 4th. What's been going on in 9 years? Now you're starting to hit. We're starting to find you, notice you, TikTok, getting radio airplay. I mean, that's a long time, 9 years. Has it been a bit of a struggle?
It's, and I just thank God that I was delusional. I always say that because I played a lot of shows to 2 people and 10 people.
Yeah.
I treated them like they were big theater shows. And I'm actually really grateful. The last like year has been really, really cool going around to radio stations and TV. Like all this stuff has been really awesome and exciting. And I'm not tired of it. And I appreciate everybody that comes to the shows. Like it means a lot to me that people are coming to the shows because I remember when there was no one.
You're earning your stripes.
I'm earning them.
So being out here 9 years ago, do you have rich parents?
Yeah, they're so rich.
Oh, congratulations. It's like, how do you afford LA? What have you been doing?
Dude, I genuinely slept on an air mattress, a futon, a couch, a floor for a little bit.
Yeah.
I made a little bed in a closet once.
Okay.
Like I was the definition of grinding so hard.
Did you sleep on like people's couches and stuff that were famous? Because Ed Sheeran has that same story, but he slept on really cool couches.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, there was this, and now he's my best friend. He produces all my music for me. There's a boy band called Emblem 3, and at the time they were fresh off the X Factor, and they were just starting out, and I slept on their futon for a long time. Look at me. And it was a 5-foot futon, and I'm 6'1".
Yeah,
so I'd wake up in the middle of the night. My legs would be like asleep, and it'd freak me out. Yeah.
And you were on X Factor?
I was, fortunately.
But like, was that something that you thought like, okay, this is going to help me? Like, because so many artists now, their goal is to make it on one of these shows.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing the smaller venues. They want to get on one of these shows. But did it help?
I did the British X Factor, actually. So as an American. I
allowed?
faked an accent the whole time, mate. I did.
I'm from Liverpool. Hello.
No, I'm from Liverpool. Our kids. Shut out. It helped at the time, yeah. I think it just like the biggest thing was I was on this show and I was in Faux Hawk time, like I was doing the pop boy thing, and I remember like it was very hard to select songs that like spoke to me as a person, and that was a wake up call for sure, and it just taught me a lot because on that show you're so famous so quick, and then as soon as you're off, no one will.
Oh, really? Then
It's
you
pretty
just
wild.
disappear once you're off the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And this is the cool thing on this world tour that I'm going on. I'm going back to Heaven, the venue in London that I played when I was kicked off the show, is like it was just a club night. They brought me on for like an acoustic song, and then I went off, and now I get to go back and headline it, which is really
that's
full
very
circle.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you.
So like those kind of things just mean so much.
So now that you find like your songs being played on the radio, and obviously TikTok's a big part of this too, how do you feel? I mean, where do you see your career going? Are you ready for an uptick? You know, and what's going on in your mind?
I mean, like I said, it's just all really fun.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest parts about like the social media part is I'll have people at a coffee in this lobby, and and
they knew you're from TikTok.
Yeah, they're like, I just want to say I've been like watching you on Reels, and that's so cool.
What a platform, right?
It really has changed my life.
Yeah.
It's like really been like the launch pad, and then this is the stuff that I've romanticized since I was a kid, being in a radio studio and being on the radio. Just really cool.
My God, that's fascinating.
Does it feel fast? Because you've been in LA for 9 years. I saw you on TikTok, I think last year, like that one Teddy Swims video that blew up.
You want to know something crazy? Is I was wearing the same shirt.
I noticed that when you walked in. I was like, "That's the
times are
the
tough.
First
You're
time
wearing
I
the
ever saw
same
you.
shirt
Get out of the screen.
Yeah,
the guy can't afford a new shirt.
That's crazy. But to me,
TikTok paid.
like I see you one day, and then I see a bunch of TikToks with you. So for someone from my perspective, it does feel like an overnight success. But someone like you, who's been at it for 9 years, was it a gradual come up, or does it feel like it happened very fast for you as well?
A bit of both, maybe. Because I enjoy, and I do feel that like grassroots kind of like it's just been like a little bit. But I think the last like year especially has felt kind of quick, and I like that. Like I don't mind that. Like
Of
that's
course.
very, very cool, and I'm very appreciative of that.
What's been, and this is kind of a random question, but one of the toughest things for you, because it just said you're from Columbus, Ohio, is that what you said?
Yep.
So what's been one of the toughest things in LA? Because when somebody comes from a small town like Columbus, and it's much smaller than LA, obviously, and you get out here and it's a wide, wide world of LA, what took you aback? Like, oh my God, look at this.
Well, I'm from Liverpool, and
Oh, okay, here we go again.
sorry, I just will keep going into it if I'm not careful. I think this is such a cliche answer, but the traffic is
Sure.
so gnarly.
Right.
It's so bad. But you learn how to like be like, well, between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock, I am going to be in the same place.
Right.
I'm not leaving.
You can't move, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely brought my life into my own like neighborhood. Like I have the studio there now, my coffee place, my favorite bar, and
Everything's
my
right
house.
there, yeah.
Everything's walkable.
Did
Yeah.
you get back home to Columbus at all?
Yeah, I was just there
You did?
last week. Yeah.
Okay. And is it so like incredibly different when you get back home?
Incredibly different. It's
Wild.
It's cool to be like when I was living there, and
Yeah.
no shade to anyone. Nobody cared at all. And I went back and this time, and I was able. They brought me to like the Columbus Crew, like the soccer stadium, the brand new one.
Oh,
We walked in
wow.
the field and like shot TikToks and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
so it's cool to feel like loved in your hometown. Yeah.
Have you made your high school's alumni newsletter yet?
I have.
Come on.
Oh,
I
that's
made the
big.
front of the Pickerington magazine, baby.
How great did
Right
it
there.
feel?
It felt great. They used a bit of an old picture, but it felt fine. So
Dude, I finally just made like my high school's alumni newsletter. And the only way I got in is I included a picture of myself and Demi Lovato.
where are you from?
Connecticut, Uncasville, Connecticut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, teeny little town.
Well, I think it was more because of you than Demi, so I don't think you should.
I don't know. They said, here's
don't
Demi
gotta
Lovato
know.
with some guy that used to live here. That's what it said.
That's awesome. It's cool. I love
It's
it.
fun, right?
Yeah.
Coming into a radio studio, talking to people, and this has been your dream as a kid to have your music played on the air. Then you hear your song played on the air. I mean, I would be like full of goosebumps inside.
I have a lot of like musician friends and just people who have done this who don't love doing this. And I know it's because they've done it for years and years and years.
Sure,
but
and
like,
you're young at this, yeah.
yeah. So like maybe that's why I like it, but I
Right.
really do. It's fun.
Yeah. But I mean, in that chair, Gwen Stefani, Ed Sheeran, all these major stars come
who
in.
are they?
Horrible, right?
never heard of them.
Interns,
Great
They know-
stars that come in that still embrace it and still love it. So a lot of people still do love doing these
It's
interviews
amazing.
and stuff.
Yeah. It's so cool. We were in New York and they made me donuts with my face on them. Like all those little things. I don't even know if all artists look at that kind of stuff, but I think it's very cool.
Oh,
Where are my face donuts?
yeah. Brian,
New York's got a bigger budget than
Elvis
us.
Duran made him face donuts.
Jen? Where am I?
Well, you'll notice those studios were much nicer than ours. That's where all the iHeart money went. It went to New York. It didn't come to Los
You
Angeles.
hear that?
apparently.
Coast to coast beef right now.
Oh, it's a hardcore beef. So you talked about a tour coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, going on not just a tour here, going on a world tour. We'll be in everywhere in Europe, like even the most obscure places.
Right.
We have 3 shows in Amsterdam for some reason. Some reason they just go super hard. UK, Canada, America. It's like 47 shows or something.
Like, how many people would go on tour with you? What's the how many in your entourage, your touring group, from sound, the stage?
It's
How
not
many people?
giant, but
Right.
I'd say I think it's like 9 people total.
9 people. Wow.
Yeah, 3 band,
Yeah.
tour manager,
Okay.
merch guy, sound person.
Do you have a bus?
We do.
Yeah.
We have a bus. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
nice?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like the top of the line buses,
Right.
but if I have to wait till I'm playing the Forum, and then I'll have the
Okay.
bus.
Yeah.
But
Would
it's
this
nice.
be your
it's
first
nice.
time like touring on a nice bus?
This is this will be the second time.
Okay.
I love the bus. I think it's
Yeah.
great. In Europe, we're doing a little bit of busing and flying and
Right, sure.
training and
Yeah.
stuff, but because there's islands and
Yeah.
you can only get to Ireland one way.
Apparently so.
As you're checking these boxes, like world tour,
Mhm.
doing, radio shows, going viral, having this album, what's the next box you'd like to check?
When you say that, it makes me feel really good. So thank you for saying that. It makes me like think about like that's so cool. It really
Yeah.
is so cool. The next box I don't know. I think the same boxes, but at a larger level. Like I'd like to do an arena tour someday. I've done some acting, but I'd like to do more acting. I'd like to just like tick the same things.
So what is your favorite box you've checked so far then?
Probably the world tour. Touring is my favorite thing ever. Like I love airports. I love hotels. I love
Right.
all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't hear that much. I
No.
feel like usually that's the part that people dread the most. They get homesick.
Airports suck at like 5 a.m. for
Yeah.
no matter what. But yeah, I like the whole thing. I like the fact that we're doing the damn thing like on the largest level.
How attractive were your parents? Your cheekbones
Oh my,
are
that's what I
fantastic.
said earlier.
Dude,
I want
well,
your cheekbones.
Well,
Honest to
they're implants.
gosh.
So
Are they implants?
Yeah, they are.
I knew they were. You've been in LA 9 years. Finally, you coming out. There it is.
You should have seen me before.
Oh my gosh, those cheekbones.
I had to get them
seriously.
chiseled down.
Yeah.
That's nice of you to say. Thanks. My parents are beautiful.
Yeah, no, you're a very attractive man. You really are.
Thank you. I think
Yeah.
you are too.
No, now
You
you're
know,
throwing it away because you're in the interview and I play your
He
song.
was just telling us this morning no one flirted with him.
no, I
And I'm
know,
like,
but
"You're a
now
liar."
it's like he's gonna say because
Can I give you? Can I say what I like about you the most?
Oh,
go ahead.
this is good.
Obviously, you're a handsome guy. You got it going on, but your sideburns. Because I too think that people need
Yeah.
more sideburns.
Okay,
I've been trying. I
my
can't.
sideburns.
Look at them. Why is that bad?
No,
I
it's
think that-
real.
I think they just look
Charismatic
awesome.
personality, your eyes, your smile.
We know all
anything
that
else?
already, dude. We know that.
Okay. I really like that guy's sideburns. He's really something else.
Listen, baby, I like your sideburns, honey.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, so small, baby, left me.
I know we're doing.
Do you shake it like Elvis on stage? You have a pelvic thrust?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
1000%.
Would you like to demonstrate your pelvic thrust?
Oh,
I'm in a swivel chair.
Okay, fine.
If I wasn't, I would. If I wasn't, I would, darling. But I am.
Spencer, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Nice to
having
meet
me.
you.
It's very nice to meet you. I'm excited to continue our friendship and
Amen.
send pictures of our sideburns to each other. It's gonna be
Amen. We'll do
fantastic.
that. Back and forth sideburns. Snapchat.
Super close up.